Page number 2, we are looking at these two to see whether these are positive or negative correlations. Number 3, the average daily temperature increases. As the temperature increases, the number of visitors to the beach is also going to increase. So that would be a positive correlation. And number 4, as the years go by, more and more people find out about snowboarding, so more people join the competitions. So that would also be a positive correlation. 5, 6, and 7 are just words or sentences, and we need to figure out what's going on with these. The number of empty seats in a classroom you would expect to see, the number of empty seats in a classroom and the number of students seated in the class. Students seated is your independent, and empty seats is your dependent. As more students sit down, what happens to the number of empty seats? As more students take their seats, the number of empty seats is less, so this would be a negative correlation because it's going down. The number of empty seats is decreasing. The number of pets a person owns and the number of books they've read the last year, there's really no relation there, so that would be none. And 7, the monthly rainfall and the depth of water in a reservoir. Well, if it rains more, the reservoir is going to be more full, so this would be a positive correlation. In 8 and 9, we need to match the scatter plot to the situation. Number 8 says the relationship between the age of a car and the money spent on repairs. Generally, if you buy a new car, there would not be many repairs. As your car gets older, things start breaking down, so your repairs would get bigger. So this one would match up with graph B. As the car gets older, the repairs increase. Number 9, the relationship between the number of minutes since a pie has been taken out of the oven and the temperature of the pie. It's probably going to start about 200 to 300 degrees, and then as you take it out, it's going to cool down. It's going to be a negative correlation, and this is going to match up with graph A. Starts out at about 300 degrees, and as you take it out of the oven, it decreases, and it generally levels off here at about room temperature. And a trend line is the line of best fit. And our next 2 examples are going to look at a line of best fit. Number 10 has the line of best fit drawn in there for you. This scatter plot shows a relationship between the total amount of money collected at the concession stand and the total number of tickets sold at a movie theater. Based on this relationship, predict how much money will be collected at the concession stand when 150 tickets have been sold. The trend line has been drawn in here for you. So we need to go over here to 150. These tick marks are going up by 20. So 150 would be halfway between the 140 and the next tick mark. And then if you go over here to the left, my guess would be that would be about $750. This is not an exact science. If you had $725 or $740, I would also accept that one. Number 11. We need to draw the graph and do the trend line. Sports team is selling wrapping paper rolls to raise money for new warm-ups. The data below shows the number of rolls sold and the number of money raised, the amount of money raised. Create a scatter plot for the given information and predict how much money will be raised. Well, as I look at these numbers, they're kind of going up by 25s. So I'm going to have my tick marks go up by 25. across the bottom, and that would be the number of rolls sold. And then up the left-hand side, we're looking at money. Looks like we're going to be just over $1,000. So I'm going to do, I'm going to go up by hundreds here, and I'm only going to label every 200. So across the bottom, we have the number of rolls sold. Up and down the side is how much money they have earned. And we need to graph these. 25 rolls, they made $200. 50 rolls, they made $300. 76 rolls, they made $501. 103 rolls, they made $705. 115, they made $890. And at 150, they made $1,000. And you can see pretty close, rough estimate of what the line's going to look like. And then the question is, if they sell 175 rolls, so we would go up here and then over to here. We're kind of off the chart, so I'm going to estimate that they would make $1,300 there.